I think that just sticking to one, kind of like pigeonholing yourself into one approach, like, oh, I only do the Yates style H.I.T, is probably not the best way to really maximize on your potential. Absolutely the best training program I could recommend to you. And if your main goal is to build muscle, I think this is the perfect plan as long as you want shorter, more intense, and more time-efficient workouts, or if you just like to experiment with low-volume training for yourself. For the last 100 days, I cut all my workouts in half.
How can we trust Jeff Nippard? Asked Solomon Nelson to not tell anyone what he'd stated.
Loyal to the views, not to the viewers.
Implying that maybe there is no upper limit to the amount of volume you can do, and just more is better. The more volume you can do,
the more gains you'll get.
This is the same Jeff Nippard. Yeah. Quick step on, Jeff Nippard. Yeah.
2. Excessive volume.
The answer is 54. No well-conducted study hitherto has demonstrated statistically significant benefits in going that high.
Volume is king.
Let's cue some Discovery scene from a movie. Kid opens a treasure trunk, sees his dad's weird cassette tapes, high intensity, low volume, suddenly hears a godly voice.
I have found that 1 set per exercise and no more than 2 sets per muscle is all that's required.
He's saying, quit your whining, quit your high volume, crank your carbs, crank the max intensity, heavy weights, low volume, and then respect some rest to get stronger.
I wanna be a doctor, but just an imposter.
Welcome back. What do we think of the sinking ship drama Jeff Nippard's got himself into? Woo!
Study site misleader, program switcher, data glitcher, won't take your picture, Jeff Nippard.
He wants to launch his new app. The money well from his old stuff's gone dry, the bodybuilding high volume stuff.
This is my favorite program that I've ever released. It comes with over 90 brand new exercise demos filmed in the new Muscle Lab, a full 12-week program with exercise substitutions. For as long as I've been training, I've always been a pretty high volume guy.
So he adopts this new low volume, high intensity.
For the last 100 days, I cut all my workouts in half.
Preaching it like it's gospel because suddenly it's working for his body.
Much more definition in my lower half, more pop in my shoulders, and more shape in my arms.
This is the low volume, high intensity Bible that he's preaching now. If you're interested in anything that you're hearing, this is the book. I'll talk about it later. You need to go after and get links in the description. After years and years of preaching and proving his high volume methods.
Based on some of the data I'm seeing, even if you go up to 20, 30 sets, you can get significantly more gains than with 10 sets.
Is what works for him. He's getting all this social media heat right now.
Jeff Nippard, a former client of mine.
Suddenly flips the script, changes protocol, and suddenly he's getting bigger, better results with the low volume, high intensity method than ever before.
It actually looked harder and fuller. I was noticing more vascularity too.
Loyal to the views, not to the viewers. I'll say that again later. Nippard's got 580 uploads. You can see our full in-depth fitness audit we did on him. We have tons of clips of him contradicting himself constantly like all the influencers do.
And when you look at the activation data, the pecs do activate on pullovers. I simply don't feel my pecs when I do this movement whatsoever.
What is that about you, Jeff? What kind of scientist are you, Jeff?
And I don't see many top bodybuilders putting these on their chest day.
Preaching and proving this high volume training over and over and over again, siding with his bestie, former professor, former doctor,
and a former exercise science professor,
Mike Israetel, all claiming the high volume is the way to go.
Somewhere between 10 to 15, 8 and 15 repetition. Probably 10 to 15, 15 to 20 reps, something like that. Nice.
We educate you that these are self-taught fitness influencers.
We know he technically isn't actually a science-based lifter.
Haven't worked in the real world of strength coaching on the training floor.
He dropped out of dentistry school.
Dropout dentista.
And they decide that they're just going to suddenly be the leading source for fitness education on YouTube.
He gets to say whatever he wants.
We learned from my audits that these guys are always after the views. Continual shirtless, flexed thumbnail pics, upper body content, always deking and dodging the lower body content because it doesn't drive as many views, always chasing the trending algorithms. The last 3 years, science-based, based on science, science-backed, okay, backed by science. Always putting that into the title to make sure people click those videos. And who doesn't take photos with their fans? This guy's the face of fitness.
I'm not taking this.
Get out of here. All over YouTube Fitness right now, you're seeing the high intensity, low volume training, Mike Mentzer's methods. He was the godfather, but the truth is, this is the book. It was Arthur Jones who coached Mentzer into these methods. Arthur Jones invented the Nautilus fitness equipment.
Many years ago, Arthur Jones made a statement that struck me as remarkably intelligent and very important. Mike, the issue of volume.
or number of sets is a negative factor or influence, period.
This is a book PhD L. Darden makes it, the new high intensity training protocol. I don't make any money from the link, just go buy it on Amazon, okay? This is the birthplace of high intensity Arthur Jones method, okay, that leaked through the later bodybuilders, the birthplace of slow reps, super high weight, low volume, and mega maximizing rest time to let your muscles recover before your next big lift. So check out this book, description below, if it even exists anymore. High intensity training from this book from Arthur Jones has been around since the 70s, yet Nippard preaches it like it's this newest, greatest thing. I've said it before, Nippard's too young and has not coached to thousands of bodies like a regular strength coach would. He's only touched and trained his own body, so he doesn't have the fast track to see what works and what doesn't.
After years and years of doing 10 to 20 sets per muscle per week, it did feel like I wasn't doing enough.
Personally, I've never seen anyone commit to more than 3 months of HIT.
So for the next week, I'm gonna be like Mike.
Before heading to the gym for our first high-intensity training session.
Because it is so mentally grueling and exhausting.
Oh yeah! Let's do another one! Hold it!
And you truly can't do, if you read this book, proper training without 1 or 2 training partners that are lifting the weight off of you and dropping you into failure, negative reps until you just can't move the bar or control it down.
Yeah, squeeze it in! Let's go again, let's go again! Let's go one more there. Come on there. Mighty pull! Come on, squeeze it all the way! Keep it down!
So you couldn't possibly do that on your own, so you're not truly training the original methods like Arthur Jones says if you think you're doing it by yourself. There's even a chapter in here that says how HIT humbled Schwarzenegger. They invited him to the training camp and he bailed and left after 2 days because he couldn't handle the super high weight and intensity and the slow, exhaustive tempo reps of this protocol. So he bailed out and went home, and he was used to that. It was stuck in his brain that super high volume is the way to go for bodybuilding. We're also getting tons of murmurs that how come Jeff, after advanced lifting for so long, is suddenly gaining all this extra mass compared to his full year of training where he only put on like 2 pounds of muscle or something.
For the next year, I'm gonna train as perfectly as humanly possible.
And there's always, like I mentioned, that secret little whoop testosterone injection.
I've definitely thought about using steroids.
Something that these big influencers have to do to stay on top to keep a physique that followers can't catch. And going way back, his earliest videos, he was a power lifter lifting 1 to 3 reps max heavy weight. So he knows the stimulus and the intensity that's required. But like all YouTubers, no one ever goes back to see these videos. So he swapped over to the bodybuilding realm.
What about that shadowy place?
That's beyond our borders. You must never go there, Simba.
Which is 99% of YouTube fitness, to go after all the views and the ad revenue on the masses wanting that style of video more so.
And why those exercises aren't emphasized in my pure bodybuilding program.
And no one ever goes back to see the old videos, so these creators can just regurgitate the same content over and over to make it new time and time again for the new wave of beginners coming through. Some YouTube trackers have projected he's taken in up to $3.5 million in ad revenue sales from the views on his YouTube videos, not counting the money he makes on his apps and his books that he sold.
Absolutely the best training program I could recommend to you. And if your main goal is to build muscle, I think this is the perfect plan as long as you want shorter, more intense, and more time-efficient workouts, or if you just like to experiment with low-volume training for yourself. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you download a free trial of Macro Factor, which is my smart nutrition app.
And the sponsorship money coming into these videos, all from preaching that high volume bodybuilding method of training. And I know this because the wave of followers came in to burn me on my audit on him when I mentioned he's got the lowest spectrum of fitness score for not touching any other training realms. He's got 0 athletics on his channel with only 3 videos covering anything athletic. There's only 5 to 6 videos mentioning anything cardio based. He's got the worst 1990s dated cardio warm-ups before your workouts, which is just walk on treadmill and swing your arms basically. Awful. And only about 6% of his videos touch that lower rep scheme strength structure to training, the 6 to 8 reps or less, and the lower volume sets. The rest is all the stuff you've heard of and know of, the high volume and the many sets in the week.
The answer is 54.
He might as well have trademarked the based on science algorithm search term because he puts that in every one of his titles to make sure it boosts into the trending view and search results. So he gets clicks on those videos, and I've said it before in the audit. He just throws up some flashy studies. We know we're never going to be able to read them or see them or click on the links to follow up. It's just whatever he wants to find to make a video that week relevant that's trending with the algorithms and the search terms to get views of the week. Views, not viewers. I'm never saying I'm above anybody or better than anyone. I'm just keeping a neutral line on the full spectrum of fitness, keeping balanced fitness education going. Go and watch the Eric Bugenhagen videos when he reviews any of Jeff Nippard's videos.
You know, I'm biased because I want strength, athleticism, functionality, whereas a lot of this stuff, you're just, you know, it's just Johnny bodybuilder, you know what I'm saying?
And you'll immediately be open to a huge new world of tempo, rep schemes, training approaches, and just other things that get you strong and athletic versus this bodybuilding mantra. They're great videos. All hail Boogs.
Who cares about the top of the you are the one saying the stretch is the most important part.
My only preaching is that longevity, fitness for life mindset. Get your first 1,000 workouts in. Have you hit your 1,000 workouts? How do you know? Are you tracking? If you're not tracking, you're slacking. Oh, if you need a tracking app, why don't you buy my new app for $19.95? And weirdly enough, if you go way back into the depths of Reddit, find his oldest photos, he actually looks bigger and more jacked back then doing his powerlifting ways. And like I always say in all these audits, when you have 8 million followers on a big social media presence, it is no problem for you to secretly slip a little pill, a little injection.
Oh, if you again, if we threw SARMs into here, yeah, I would look at SARMs as like a pre-workout because they're easily attainable, no side effects. Let's try them. We'll all try them. Fuck it, 4 weeks, we'll all do it together.
To make sure you stay on top of the game.
I took a SARM.
Oh
now,
my
this is
God,
not quite
bro.
a traditional.
That was horrible, man. That was fucking horrible.
Keep that physique that no one else can catch so you can push that training.
And I showed this group of guys who swear they're all natural to random strangers and asked them one question: who's Natty and who's not?
Him.
You think he's on steroids? Okay.
Oh yeah, like that's just insane.
Push the views of the videos and make sure you're the big dog on top.
And he's willing to lie, and so if he's willing to lie about this, what else is he willing to lie about?
And of course, he'll always attribute his new physique to the way he's training. So of course, go spend money on his apps and his supplements to keep his bank account full and gas tank filled.
You have social media people who want to have a Ferrari to hide their insecurities, so they take steroids, lie about it, and sell you nutrition programs and sell you protein powders.
You can get my brand new Min-Max program over at jeffnippard.com.
Jeff Nippard wouldn't take Depot. No. These are nice guys. It's only the Russian guy in Rocky IV who took steroids and Lance Armstrong, and that's about it.
Okay, loyal to the views, never to the viewers. Don't forget it when they're fitness influencers on YouTube Fitness.